Hey everyone, a day or two ago I put up a new video on my Quick channel going over the photos for the LEGO Movie 2 sets that were revealed this past week, and also very quickly covering the ones that were revealed previously. But if you have already seen the photos of these sets, you're familiar with these sets, there's no point in checking out that video. It's done very quickly, it just goes through them and you won't see anything new. If you haven't seen them yet, you feel free to check that out if you'd like to. I'll leave a link down below. But this video that you're looking at right now is not going to be just a longer version of that same video. You know, basically the same thing with more talking. It's not going to be that. Nope. My intention here is just to share purely subjective thoughts, not from the perspective of me, the reviewer, but just from the perspective of me. Literally what I think about these things without caring about what anybody else thinks, to be honest. Just how seeing these pictures of these sets and thinking about them has affected me and has struck my mind and my heart, or not in some cases. So I'm not even going to go through all of the sets in this video. Let me get right into it so you'll see what I'm talking about. Rex's Rexplorer is one that I want to talk about because it hit me out of nowhere in a really good way. I like that ship. It looks so complete. It looks so right. It's probably going to be smaller in person than I expect it to be. It has a large look, but I mean, you can look at it in proportional relation to the other things around it. It's probably not as big as my mind's eye is seeing it. But the shaping, the finishing, the detailing, the color scheme, all that just looks so right to me. I also really appreciate the inclusion of the new blue Velociraptors. Even though they are kind of an alien color, I think they look good. Simple as they are. I also really like the introduction of a new print for soda bottles, or soda cans. 1x1 cylinder pieces. Just looks like a really cool set. I'm looking forward to that one personally. Another one that has caught my eye certainly is another of the big ones, the pop-up party bus. This is another one that just looks really nicely done, nicely finished, nicely completed. Obviously introduces quite a number of part and color combinations that we haven't gotten before, with the trans purple items. Some teal stuff in there, looks really good. Also, medium azure is in there. They introduce a new male mini doll, which is good to kind of help even the score just a little bit, at least to try. In the mini doll world, they've got a new piece shown off here, the kind of half round analog to a cheese wedge, 1x1 by 2/3 piece, half rounded on the top, and that lower stripe on the bus that goes up the back appears to be a rehash, either a direct revival of, or a modern take on. Am I ever going to say it? Yes, I am. The old medium red, the official medium red color, as LEGO called it, also known as salmon, or salmon if you must. Introduced infamously in the Scala theme back in 1998, the very ill-fated Scala theme. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like this is one of those colors that needed to be brought back. It's not a good color, in my opinion. I might be biased by the fact that a lot of Scala stuff was creepy looking. I just don't like the color. I like the fact that it's different, but I don't feel like this is a color that needed to be revived. I don't feel like it's a color that needs to be made in many different pieces. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I like the fact that they brought teal back. I don't know about this salmon thing, though. We'll have to see about that. Moving along, though, I should go ahead and talk quickly about Benny's Space Squad. I was born in the 70s, raised in the 80s, loves classic space, like many other adults. Anything close to my general age range. Pure nostalgia there. It looks like they did this set pretty well. Pretty pretty faithful, using modern pieces and techniques, pretty faithful to the old looks and feels of classic space stuff, including the the smallest things. And they introduce a new color for an official genuine Lego classic space figure, which is great. I don't care what color it is. I don't care about the fact that they made it pink. I don't care about the fact that they made the pink astronaut male and the female is not pink. I don't care about any of that crazy stuff that people care about. I just see a classic space person in a new color, and I appreciate it because I like classic space stuff. I don't know if kids today are going to be able to appreciate a set like this anywhere near as much as us adults, us tiny, super minority of Lego fans who tend to think of ourselves as being much more valuable to the company than we are, and much more numerous than we are. We'll appreciate it. I know some teens do. I don't know about kids. Hopefully kids will be able to appreciate this. Just looks like something that'll still be fun to have today. Will they do more classic space stuff? Maybe a little bit. They do have this Emmett and Benny's Build and Fix workshop, which has another classic space build in it. That's cool. This is kind of a junior set. It probably has a mostly one-piece fuselage for that spacecraft there. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't find this set here to be that interesting, but for the folks it's made for, it'll probably be pretty good. There are a lot of little sets that were unveiled this week that just don't do anything for me personally. All this stuff just, yeah, it's very meh to me, just personally. Leaving any consideration of value out, leaving target market out, it's just not for me. I told you I was going to speak purely subjectively here. The one exception is this here, Unikitty's Sweetest Friends Ever. I like this set, especially because of that ice cream cone. I really like the waffle print on the cone piece, and I like all the prints, and I look forward to maybe using that, or at least pieces of it, to replace the Duplo elements that I have on top of my own ice cream parlor in my city. I also like the introduction of the brown color, if we haven't had that before, for the ingots on the chocolate bar. And I like the tea kettle. That's nothing new, but I still like being able to get another one. And I like Unikitty as a character, and they have two faces for her as well. So that's just all good. That set is absolutely all good, at the very least as a parts pack. Other than that, Metalbeard's Heavy Metal Motor Trike looks cool, looks appropriate to the character. One thing that I don't like about this is that Metalbeard is fully integrated into it. You can't pop him off. I'm fine with him being integrated into it, but not being able to take him off, not being able to attach legs to him with the parts from this set. I mean, there are probably some custom solutions, but it looks like they are intending really just to build him into this. I don't like that. I liked the fact that his ship came with, a version of him. I also liked the other version of him that they made in the first movie's series. That was larger. Yeah, still feels like a little bit of a shame that you can't take him off. I'm sure it'll make sense in the movie, and I understand what they were going for, but I just wish that he would be preserved as a literally stand-alone character as well. Sweet Mayhem's Sistar starship was introduced quite some time ago, and my feelings about this one, first of all, I think it looks cool. I look forward to checking this set out, but my major feelings about this one are not what you would expect at all. You don't know where I'm going with this one. I was just certain. I was dreading it. I was dreading it. Oh, like you don't even know. I was certain that when I came out with my unveiling of my first little ship for my aliens, for my Lego world, that people were just going to say, you just copied the Lego Movie 2 set. Because this Starship here is exactly the direction I was originally going to go for years now. I've been thinking about it for my Alien Invaders with the big eye. I already had the eye thing going for the figures themselves, and I was going to kind of size that up for their craft. I wasn't going to use teal. The teal wasn't even reintroduced at the time, but I was going to use trans light blue, and I was going to use pink as well. And those were going to be the two major accent colors, and you also see a little bit of kind of crescent with that vertical streak, a little bit of kind of crescent shape towards the back. So this was actually unveiled while I was working on my first little ship, and it almost made me quit, just knowing just how much hate I was likely to get. Fortunately for me, I realized that I was not going to be able to make an entire fleet of different types of craft that I intend with the trans light blue color in there as the kind of the main accent color, just because the canopy pieces and windscreen pieces that I need to use have only been made consistently in trans clear. So that took things far enough away from a visual perspective, and I was saved. Unfortunately, I didn't get any hate. Folks didn't make the connection. But that's my personal story about the unveiling of this when it happened some time ago. It just drenched me with fear and loathing and just a desire to give up on life. I was just expecting the absolute worst to come from that. Fortunately, it didn't, so it's all good. Other than that, this one looks cool for what it is. This one looks cool for what it is. This is a really cool concept here. I appreciate the fact that it's a house that is complete, has 4 walls. It's closed up. You can still open it to get easy play access to it. But it's fairly complete. As simple as it looks, it still is something that's too rare in the Lego world these days. And I love the fact that it has an alternate build that actually uses more pieces than the main core build. You put all those pieces in there and you get almost something that strikes me as like a Back to the Future 3 Jules Verne train of houses with the rocket house. It looks pretty good. Looks like it should be a fun set to own. Nothing else has really struck me as interesting, has any emotional effect on me whatsoever. So that's it for this video then. Might as well just cut it off here. And I will probably be doing videos similar to this in the future. Since 2010, actually since before I even started on this channel too much, I believe I was already doing blog entries like this, certainly before I got really into the reviewing stuff, years before I really got into the reviewing stuff, and I did my thoughts on upcoming stuff very frequently, and I realize I have not done that very frequently in recent years, and a lot of people have asked for me to do it. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, don't watch videos like this. Please do not cause yourself pain by seeking out content that you don't like. And that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. If you made it to this point, congratulations. I'll talk to you again soon.